Welcome to this introductory video covering how to fill in the eLogbook redeem code request form. This form can be found on our IMI website, and as the title suggests, you are able to ask for redeem codes only for eLogbook products. Here is a quick summary of how the form works and what options to go for, and now we're going to go step by step through the processes that you have to follow. So we'll always have two options down here on the drop-down menu, and we'll start with the new order option. The new order is appropriate for anyone that needs a new code, any change of employers or a new apprentice on the eLogbook, anyone that would need a new code that hasn't been issued before. First, you'll have to tell us the center name, and you will have to type this in. You will then have to choose the correct course that you're referring to from the drop-down option. You will have to then tell us how many codes you need. So you can use the arrows on the right-hand side to increase or decrease the number, or you can just type it in with your keyboard. Tell us who the center coordinator is, and this should be the person filling in the form. And then give us the address to which we need to send the codes to. Finally, you will then have to answer two questions down here. The first one is asking, are these codes for apprentices? As soon as you reply yes, there will be a second question showing down here that mentions that if the apprentices have not been registered, the codes will not be issued. So the answer should always be yes. Please ensure you have registered your apprentices on the eLogbook before requesting these codes. And then finally, the second question is, are these codes for mentors or staff? If you know you're going to be distributing both to apprentices and or staff and mentors, click yes. We then have a new feature down here which allows us to send you reminders of any outstanding codes that have not been issued yet. If you do not want any reminders, please still tick the box down here and then choose the option never. If you do want reminders, we have options between a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly and every 2 months. Please be aware that this reminder is based per order and is not based for all the previous orders that you've placed with the IMI before. And then finally click submit. Going back up, for the second option down here, which is the existing order, this order refers to raising inquiries about codes that you've already received. So if you've received a code and you don't know if it's been used already, you want to give it to someone else but you're unsure if it's still available, then this option is for you. So on here, enter the center name and the date when you've received the code. So for example, when you've received the codes via email, you probably just put in the date of the email when you've received it, and then give us the name of the eLogbook that you're referring to. So for example, Light Vehicle APO3. And then finally, to which email address should we reply to? You then have an optional field here, which asks you if you've already spoken to someone at the IMI. Presumably, if you have already spoken to someone on the phone and explained the situation and you wouldn't like to just repeat yourself, you can just put their name on here and then we'll know to get in contact with them. And finally, another option down here is to change the email reminders for codes. So if you've placed a big order of, let's say 50 codes, and at that time you didn't want any reminders of outstanding available codes, but you now have changed your mind and you would actually like it on a weekly basis, you can just come up down here and choose another option and then click submit. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. If you need to speak to anyone about this form or the process, please contact the e-learning team by calling this number down here.